Hi, if you're watching this video, it's likely because you are looking for lead generation strategies for your MSP. I am going to be ranking them with a kind of like a mix between efficiency, short-term, long-term, and also investments. Some of them are going to be very easy and very efficient. Some of the ones are going to be efficient but will need high budget. Some of them are going to be long-term with a lot of manpower. So let's get into them. One of the best lead generation strategies is referrals. The reason why is because someone that likes your services and trusts your company is going to suggest another company to talk to you because they have the same need or similar than the ones that they had. So the chances of that client, of that person or that company becoming a client are very high, right? So this is great. The challenge with referrals is that they are not predictable. Sometimes you might be 1 year without referrals and it's difficult to scale, right? You can put a referral system in place, but in order to scale that, you will need to add a bunch of clients in order for that to actually be somehow scalable. So that's one of the best ones. Another great lead generation strategy, even though it's not exactly a lead generation strategy, is acquisitions. So when you acquire another MSP, you are pretty much virtually guaranteed that are going to get their clients, right? So that's great because you are tapping into an existing resource that already has what you're looking for. The challenges with it is going to be mostly the amount of due diligence that you need to do. You need to involve lawyers, CPAs, people that know about processes. You need to understand what systems they use to manage their clients and how painful may or may not be to transition that to your company and everything involved. You also need an initial lump sum investment unless you want to go to the business loan route. But it's a great lead generation strategy in order to grow your MSP. Now, the third option is inbound marketing. Inbound marketing is putting your company in front of people that are searching for your services at the exact time that they are searching for those services. The reasons why people will do that is first, they were working with another MSP, but they are not happy with the services that they are getting. Another one will be they had someone doing it internally and the company has grown to a point that that person doesn't want to be involved in IT anymore or in technology. Third, it might be a fast-growing company, maybe a startup that is adding a ton of users and they cannot keep up with their systems. And another one might be someone that already has an IT team in-house and they want to augment their team, or there's some technical elements that they are not expert that will be more in the co-manage. So when all that happens, they go to Google and Bing and they search for things like managed IT services, IT consulting, IT support, things of that nature, right? And then you can put yourself in front of people when they search on Google and Bing in 6 areas, 4 important. So that will be a feature snippet, right? Those are usually more for informational keywords, so not that much for service-based keywords. You have ads, which go on the very top of the search results. Then you have local ads, that is in the business section, on the local section where you see, the reviews and the addresses. Then you have the business section, so we are 4 now. Then you have people also ask section. Again, this is more for informational keywords or searches. And then you have the organic search. Now, the 4 important ones will be the top ads, the local ads, the local or Google Business Profile area, and then the organic area. That's when you can be in front of all these people that are searching for the services that you offer. Now, the next one will be outbound strategies. When it comes to outbound, it's almost like a numbers game, right? And you can do that in mainly 3 ways. One is cold calling. The other one is called DMing. So that's going to LinkedIn and doing Boolean searches and just building your ICP and then going after the people that you want to touch, and then call email. Now, the good thing about it is that the more effort you put into these strategies, the more options you're going to get and the more calls you're going to book on your calendar. The con with that is that it takes a lot of human power. So usually these strategies are in the higher end of the investment that you need to put into them. And that's kind of like how they go. Now you have other outbound strategies that are long-term type of strategies, like sending lumpy mail or sending postcards or letters to businesses. So you will be sending 1 or 2 per month, and it might take a long time until these businesses contact you if they're interested, because if you think about it, the majority of MSPs work with clients with 1, 2, and 3 year contracts, even though there are other ones that do more of a month-to-month or short-term contracts. Now, the next one has to do with social, right? So social and creating content. In this case, for example, building a YouTube channel, possibly creating a TikTok channel, creating a podcast, and doing content on LinkedIn, okay? The challenge, the good thing about it is that those are strategies that can build a brand in the long term, right? So if you put a lot of YouTube content, a podcast, and you start posting a lot on LinkedIn, you're going to build a following, and that following is going to build authority for your MSP. However, in order to get there, it's going to take a long time, and it's going to take some manpower in order to get there, right? So the main thing about YouTube is just to put content that is interesting for your target customers. Same thing for the podcast. And for LinkedIn, the important part about LinkedIn organic is that 1/3 is you posting, 2/3 is you interacting with people and potential customers. So those are kind of like the cons and pros for that. Now, another one is a newsletter. So if you're getting inquiries and if you are adding people to a newsletter, being in touch with these people every month or every 2 weeks could be fruitful, because you are on top of mind on all these companies that you are sending the newsletter in order to, inform them about what are the news about technology and things like that. The con to that is that you need to add those people. So you need to create some sort of an actual lead generation strategy to get those people into the newsletter in order to be in touch and on top of mind. Now, last and not least, you get the boots on the ground type of strategy, that is going and directly visiting businesses and knock on the door and go there and have a conversation with them, introduce your company and things like that. We have MSPs that are part of specific communities that do really good as well. Communities that have businesses involved, that could be based on religious beliefs, like a church or a specific group of people have a specific type of beliefs. It has to do sometimes with nationality, and sometimes it has to do with things of that nature, right? So if you are able to tap into a community like that, that could be amazing for your MSP. And there you have it. Those are all the lead generations that work for MSPs, with the cons, with the pros and the cons. So you have referrals being the best, then you have acquisition being the second, then inbound marketing being the third, then outbound marketing being the fourth. Then you have the content-based option, which is the fifth. And then you have the boots on the ground being the next one and the last one. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. And if you want to know which one might be the best for your MSP, feel free to reach out.